walk in with guns. You can't walk in with guns. You can't do that. But it's just a very unfortunate
The Second Amendment of the United States Constitution says a well-regulated militia, being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Donald Trump, the President of the United States, just said you can't have guns. This is something that a lot of us have been saying for an awful long time, that part of the reason Donald Trump's authoritarian plan, Stephen Miller's authoritarian plan in the United States was going to hit a roadblock is because of the Second Amendment, because there are more guns than there are people in the United States. And so they had to reach a place where they could convince their base that for their own safety and security, that we all have to surrender our arms, that we have to just set aside the Second Amendment and let ICE shoot us in the street. And speaking of being gunned down in the street, I got a comment this morning on my YouTube channel that is realigning my brain, the way I think about what is happening in Minnesota, the way I think about the murder of Alex Preddy, and I want to share it with you. Republicans, the regime, pundits like Megyn Kelly are blaming the victim here. And the line that they're using is, well, you shouldn't have brought a weapon to a protest. Let's set aside for a second all of the times right-wingers have brought guns to protests. Let's set aside Kyle Rittenhouse for a second. Alex wasn't at a protest. It wasn't a protest. This commenter is absolutely right. Alex wasn't at a protest. This is just what life is like on the streets of Minneapolis and St. Paul right now. ICE drives around, sometimes going 70 in a residential 30. They do that in Portland too. And if they see someone suspicious, i.e. Brown, they will hop out of their car and start something. If they pull someone from their car, they will often leave the car there running in the middle of the street. This wasn't a protest. This was a popular street we call East Street because it's full of restaurants, and ICE had decided to make a move. And this is my response to her comment. This is such an important point. Alex and Pink Coat Lady and all of the folks being terrorized in Minnesota that you see on social media often aren't at protests. They're simply in community, looking out for community as Minnesotans try to go about their lives in a city under attack by a lawless, violent paramilitary force. That distinction is really important. We have a right to protest and exercise our rights, but they are attacking so much more than that. The regime is waging war on American cities and American people, and this is what it looks like to try to live your life in a city under siege. They'll beat you and unload a hail of bullets into your body because you asked them not to assault a woman. That's what Donald Trump wants for every city in America. That's what he wants for the future of this country. He doesn't want you to have any rights. He doesn't want there to be a constitution. He doesn't want you to be able to protest. He doesn't want you to be able to exercise your 2A rights. He doesn't want you to have any freedom at all. He wants ICE goons to be able to gun you down in the street because they feel like it. We're not going to stand for that. We're not going to allow that to be the future of this nation. And Minnesotans are showing us how to resist. But I thought that was really, really important to see that there is a real distinction there. Yep, Alex should not have been gunned down if he was at a protest. Yes, Alex had a legal right to carry at a protest out in public wherever he was. He did nothing wrong. The victim blaming from Republicans and Republican right-wing pundits is despicable, but predictable. But I want you to understand, Alex wasn't at a protest. Most of the people who are being brutalized, most of the footage you see is not happening at protests. These are Minnesotans just trying to live their lives in a city where the federal government, where ISIS paramilitary goons are waging war against people. This is what it will look like in this country if we allow Donald Trump and ICE to seize control. A city where you can be snatched off the street, shot down in the street, just trying to mind your own business. Where masked men dressed like they're going to war in Iraq can assault women, can beat you up, can throw you in the back of a car and whisk off at 70 miles an hour. That's what Donald Trump wants. He wants us to be beaten, brutalized, murdered, or disappeared, and have us have no way to stand up and defend it. This is what he wants life to look like across America. He wants this to be the new normal across America. Please understand what's at stake. Folks who've been checked out, independents, Republicans, folks who either haven't cared or have been on Donald Trump's side, he just told you that you can't have guns. He just told you that he wants your 2A rights to be obliterated because that's necessary for him to advance his agenda. Why do you think the right to bear arms is in the Constitution? It's to protect us from Donald Trump, Stephen Miller, and ICE. Please, 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 I'm begging you, understand the severity of the situation. Understand that we, the people, have the power to stop it. That power is backed by the Constitution. The Constitution still exists. He is trying to run roughshod over it and completely shred it, and we are not going to allow that to happen.